Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. It's a new week, and we are happy to welcome you to a new edition of our show titled Speak of Africa. Brothers and sisters, we have a lot of news for you. How is Africa this week? That's the subject of the show of today. We're going to tell you a whole lot of stuff. We're going to talk about Ambazonia. We're going to talk about La République du Cameroun. We're going to talk about Burkina Faso. We're going to talk about Mali. We're going to talk about Nigeria. We're going to talk about South Africa. And we're going to talk about Tunisia. So we have a whole lot of news. We're going to put a lot of stuff in perspective. We're going to talk about revolution, the African Revolution. That's the subject of the show of today. But before we start, we want to say special thanks to all our subscribers. Our numbers are going up slowly thanks to the work you're doing in the field. Some of you receive this show, you share it with your friends, you share it with your family members, and the result, we can see the numbers are going up. We also thank those who just view the show. If this is the first time you're discovering the show, we're asking you to subscribe. If you are a customer, somebody who really uses our services, our business services, we say thank you also, because without you, we will not really have the finance to produce this show every week. We thank you very much. And before we go into the new segment, we want to let you know that we are organizing a conference, a medical event. We want to bring together medical doctors, nurse practitioners, patients, and other enthusiasts of healthcare. Health is very important. If you don't have good health, you cannot do much. In the United States, for example, many Africans work in the healthcare field, but they don't own businesses. So we want to change that. We want to change that by showing you how you can own a healthcare business. And we're helping those who are interested. We're helping them with all the paperwork, all the legislation, licensing. We'll do everything for you, in addition to even the marketing. And of course, we even have the technology. We have the software which can help you attract patients for your healthcare business, and we also have the software you can use to manage your business. So we have a whole lot which we're trying to do for our people. We're not just talking. So this conference is going to be virtual. So it means you can be in Texas and you still participate in this conference. You can be in California and you will participate in this conference. You can be in Washington, D.C. and you will participate in this conference. So we want to make it easy. You can see a link. We're running some ads now on all the social media channels. You go to YouTube, we have videos talking about the conference. You go to Facebook, we have videos talking about the conference. You go to LinkedIn, we have videos talking about the conference. So we are blasting on the major social media channels. So don't say I've not heard it. If you see any of the ads, please watch the ads and share it with your friends. There's going to be a link which will take you to register for this conference. For the first 100 attendees, we're going to make it free. So you're not going to pay anything. But if you wait and register later, there will be a fee. And we have a limit. We're not going to accept more than 1,000 attendees for this virtual conference. So you want to register as quickly as you can. Maybe today, go ahead. When you watch this show, go ahead and register for the conference, because you don't want to wait. If you wait, people may take your spot, okay? We are offering just 100 free spots. After that, you start paying. Then when we get to 1,000 attendees, we'll stop. We're not going to be taking any more people. So don't wait. Go ahead and register for this conference, okay? Thank you very much. And we'll go straight now to our book review. We've told you that we started this channel because we wanted to educate our people. We don't just want to make noise and talk politics or make you laugh. We wanted to share information, knowledge that you can use in your daily life. And which is why we introduced the book review segment. Okay? With a book review, every week we introduce you to at least one book to read. This week, we're introducing you to a book by Martin Meredith, A State of Africa, which chronicles a history of African countries from independence, from the 1950s to present day. So this book is really an interesting read. Why did we choose it? We chose it because it tries to tell the African story in another way. Because sometimes the best way to understand a story is to listen to different storytellers. A will tell the story, B will tell the story. After you've listened to this same story from many storytellers, then you form a better idea, a more complete picture of the African predicament. In Martin Meredith's book, the thesis is Africa's trajectory of problems emanates from its colonial experience. That's the main theme of the book. Were it not for the colonial experience, Africa would not be going through the sad chapter it's going through now. So the book pretty much blames the colonial experience for most of Africa's problems. Then it offers solutions, because how are we going to do it? Are we just going to sit and complain about colonialism, or we're going to rise above it? You know, we are positive people. We always look for ways to rise above things. We don't just sit and complain about colonialism. We look for ways to do things for ourselves. We believe in self-reliance, and that's a motto we're sharing with the viewers of this show. We want you to believe in self-reliance. You need to be able to bootstrap, lift yourself by your own bootstrap. That's what we mean by bootstrapping. You lift yourself up by yourself. You rely on yourself, okay? Don't just sit and wait for other people to do things for you. The time is over. Foreign aid has not really helped Africa, so we're not going to continue waiting for foreign aid. So Martin Meredith's book is just telling us that now is the time for Africa to learn from its painful colonial experience, then rise up and do things for themselves. Well, for the news, I know you guys are waiting. You can't wait. You can't wait for the news segment, right? Okay. We'll begin the news segment by looking at La République du Cameroun. La République du Cameroun has been hosting since last week. They'll be hosting the African Football Cup of Nations, what they call CAN in French. And the BR government in La République du Cameroun has been making so much news about it. But what can you expect from a banana republic? The dictator is singing the tune and everybody is following. He has the military to support him. But what really made a whole lot of news this week is not just the African football tournament. It's the fact that King Paul Biya, the pharaoh, actually collapsed in the field while his wife was clapping. She did not even notice when the guy fell. So the security guys had to cover up very fast. You will see the pictures. Let me give you a minute to watch some of the videos of the fall of Biya. Watch it. Okay, thank you very much. There are even more videos showing that the guy fell. So they try to hide it, but the channels in Cameroon did not really talk about it. But the whole news is all over. Go to social media, you see the pictures. Say, Papa don't fall, Popo don't fall. Guys are shouting in pidgin. So it was such a big disgrace. But we've always told you that the time for this dictatorship is almost at hand. It's not going to be long. Biya will be gone. And we can already predict this to you. 6 months will be a very, very long time. We think Biya will be gone in 6 months. And I think the people who have been waiting for freedom will gain their freedom, because what is going to happen is going to be mayhem once this guy dies in power. Because right now, Biya is finished. You guys can see it yourself. From the fall of Biya, you can see that Biya is finished. Biya doesn't even have his senses. He's really a senile old man. He cannot really do much anymore. It's just that he has set up an infrastructure that is acting. That apparatus is what is keeping things going. And of course, his wife, Chantal, is the cheerleader behind this apparatus. She manipulates it, and that really helps the Biya family stay in power in that part of the world. The French are collaborating with him, and that's just what is happening. Contrary to what some people are telling you, the Ambazonia Revolution is alive. This week, we've had time to speak to many of the participants, many of the actors on the ground. We're not going to name names, but we'll just give you a surprise. They fed us a lot of information. A lot of surprises await this Biya regime. Already, we said this many weeks ago. Even last week, we repeated the same message. What happened this week? You can see action in Boya. The Ambazonian guys took over the market. Biya soldiers ran away like school children.
I can't flag that. Boy, this was sha. Drum put down. Hey! Tete! The mommy that bombo them. That's on fight Amba. That's on fight Amba. The one that mommy that bombo. I will do the boy sha. Yes. A boy central market in the boy and this.
That's it, don't move him.
And this.
I flag this.
And this.
That's a boy, I see him.
And this boy sha. Hey! Bombo. Abi, they come.
Yes.
Checkpoint boy, central
Then I checkpoint boy, central market. General transport life. I need to do picking them. And that. General Sagat life. General transport life show. And this. And I take General transport life. Sagat. And this I picking and then I boy market the central market. They all run. Is that they all military all run. Now they talk on by right. I'm here, I'll be all I talk, and if you not nothing, not I fear them. I don't put them. I don't swear out my life. Then I also. Yes.
Amidis, boy,
And that. And this.
I got to pick him bombo for you.
And we're just laughing. So what happened? This is not nice. Why did they run away? They ran away because they could not really withstand the Ambazonia Restoration Forces. Initially, they thought they would overpower the Ambazonia Restoration Forces because there's been heavy militarization since the preparation for this tournament began. You see Bia's military guys are everywhere. But we said it before, when people are really determined to free themselves, no amount of militarization is going to keep them at bay. So Mr. Biya needs to learn a bitter lesson, but it looks like he has lost his senses. So probably his successors will learn from his negative experience. You can see our Amba guys in Boya taking over the whole area, chasing the Biya government. Some of the marches could not really take place because some of the training that was taking place around Moliko and other areas could not really take place because the Ambazonia Restoration Forces forestalled, they disrupted the training that was going on. Okay?
Sure.
Behind this, and I take General transport life. Sagat. Behind this, I pick and then I boy market the central market. They all run. Is that they all military all run. Now they talk on by right. I'm here, I'll be all I talk, and if you not nothing, not I fear them. I don't put them. I don't swear out my life. Then I also. Yes.
Amidis, boy,
And that. Then you can even see a video also. We have another video. CDC workers. These are people who are being protected by the military. And they thought they could work because the military of Cameroon was protecting them. But they forgot that this military is a usurper. They are coming from a foreign territory into the Ambazonian territory to police people there. When the Ambazonian guys showed up, the military had to run away. Then you could see a whole lot of CDC workers. CDC stands for Cameroon Development Corporation. It's a big employer, especially during the days of West Cameroon. CDC was probably the biggest employer of West Cameroon. They still operate today, even though La Republique has really whittled down their powers, but they still employ a lot of people. So you can see the workers who have been arrested. Then they were even made to sing the Ambazonia national anthem. Let me give you a minute to watch this video of the CDC workers.
Yeah, today, now the 15th of January 2022, we there for here with the workers and for CDC where they will be arrested by the restoration forces after they don't disobey our law for the land. So now them this as now the sea. Since they would suffer, they kill people, now they decide to go work for 15,000 francs as salary. So from today, we don't arrest them. Army they guide them for Tico as we make us so that they work with army. So when we go there, the army, the military, they run, they leave them. So we decide for take them, and they don't apologize. They say they go join the revolution. So we don't give them gun. Say that they go now go face the army them for Tico. So as now the sea, now then this. What will be your name?
Okay, they're carrying guns. I'm happy you've watched this video. Then of course you see the buffaloes of Balinyonga there's a lot of action on the ground. So you can there's a whole lot of action going on. Our guys are very active on the ground. They are not playing. Take a look at the video of Benign soldiers from Ambazonia Revolutionary Forces are now driving around, keeping the peace. Take a look.
Yeah, when I see grandpa, now grandpa this with the picking them, grandpa decided today say they enter town. Now this with the picking them. And then military they say they come back. He decides to make come out first work with them today. And then that's so. Abali road, I that's so. We didn't car now. At the motor that. No shake. Now grandpa himself that on that motor. Also now see now that grandpa recruitment and this I think that they come back. The grandpa recruitment this. Yeah, the special force. See all them there. See all them they come back. See all them they come back. See them. Special force, special commando. The Viper himself. See all them they come back. Yeah, now the big man they talk. Shake no day.
Okay. Then of course, while the IGs is also breaking, the IGs is what they call the interim government. Since our president, Sisi Kwayoktabe, was arrested in Nigeria and taken to La Republique of Cameroon, people just thought it was over. Some of these usurpers came and tried to take over power, but things have really been tough for them. Eventually, people have discovered that these people are fake. They cannot really do anything for the people of Ambazonia. So we are telling the Ambazonian guys on the ground, help is on the way. Stop relying on these fake guys who claim to be in power. Rely on yourself. You have the resources to do whatever you want to do. So the Ambazonian IGs continue splitting. You have different camps, but don't depend on these camps. Even if they are giving you money, don't allow them to control you. Be independent. Take the money, but be independent. Do what you think is right for your people. Don't listen to clowns in Washington telling you to kill your friends because they are power hungry. Okay? So if you can do this, we'll love it a whole lot. But for the video of today also, we'd like to dwell on the killing of Senator Henry Kamende. You realize that this senator is a senator from the SDF party. The SDF is the party that brought multi-party democracy to La Republique du Cameroun, even though it existed only on paper and it did not really exist in practice. But if you look back in 1992, the SDF actually won the election. There's proof about that. We even produced a document from the National Democratic Institute, which showed that the SDF actually won the election of 1992. But Biya, being a thief, stole this election from them. We had that proof. So you can also see now that this senator, Senator Henry Kamende, is from the SDF party. We understand after the launch of the Ambazonia Revolution, the SDF party has fallen out of favor. But Senator Kamende was always talking about the Anglophone crisis, the struggle of the Anglophone, the way they are killing Anglophones. He went to the Senate in Yaoundé and talked about it. So he became like a thorn in the flesh of La Republique government, especially the CPDM party. So people are asking, who killed him? We've done our investigation. The handwriting is on the wall. Biya's people killed him. So the orders to kill him came right from the presidency. So it's not really like something that just happened haphazardly. The Biya people killed him. So we'll tell you that straight up. We have the facts, and we're going to be sharing these facts with you. That's how this senator was killed. So you are a senator. An American will never really understand what is happening in this part of the world, that this is really a jungle. It is democracy on paper. You are a senator. You are in the Senate, and you are not allowed to speak the truth. Then you cannot represent your people if you cannot speak the truth. That's what happens in this part of the world. You speak the truth, Biya's thugs are sent after you, they will kill you. And that's what has happened to Senator Henry Kamende. He was killed in cold blood. He was getting out of his house. And that's what happens when you speak the truth. They don't want this war to end. The whole world is clamoring and asking for a ceasefire for this war to end. But the Biya government is drunk with power. They don't want the war to end because they don't want to negotiate. They feel like democracy in their mind means dictatorship. And the people have had it up to here. The people are tired of this Biya's dictatorship. And they think it is time for change to take place. And if change can take place, it will lead to better lives for the people. There will be less killing, because right now a lot of people are dying for no good reason. But the Cannes Festival may just hide things for now. In the next few weeks, things are going to get bloody because the Ambazonians are going to have more support. And this support is going to make them more lethal, okay? So if you are a soldier from La République du Cameroun, be careful. You're going to lose your life in this part of the world. So if you value your life, defect, leave the army. If you don't want to leave the army, then don't blame anybody, because things are going to get tough. We know, because we are talking to people on the ground. We know the preparations that they are making. Things are going to be tough for the elements of La République. They're not going to be able to suppress these Ambazonian restoration forces because they are indomitable. Okay?
Is the COVID-19 crisis sweeping and stressing you out? Are you looking for smart answers, latest information from health experts, newest tips from doctors? Here's Dr. Wilma Huntz-Watts, the super tech doctor, the keynote speaker of the Alexia Corporation's Telehealth Telemedicine Virtual Conference, a free event scheduled on February 26, 2022. Interested? Then come for networking opportunities, giveaway freebies, special offers, Q&A sessions, learning and business guides, free videos and transcripts. Don't ignore COVID-19. Don't make the worst mistake others are making. Plan to attend the virtual medical conference. Discover Alexia HTC, America's newest EMR/EHR application, shaking things up in the telehealth, telemedicine space.
Then from Ambazonia and La République now, we want to move to Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso, this is the country of Thomas Sankara. Okay, he is a young Democrat, a firebrand who really lighted the imagination of the average African, a hero. Today, we are talking about a colonel who is in the crosshairs of the government, Emmanuel Zungrana. He's been suspected of organizing a coup d'etat. You know, Burkina Faso is part of the Sahel area. There has been so much killing. Jihadis are fighting with colonial forces for mineral resources, and the average person is losing his life for no good reason. That's what is happening in this part of the world. So even the guys who are leading the country are like puppets. They don't have any backbone. So they are afraid. They are afraid of another coup d'etat. So when they are arresting Colonel Emmanuel Zungrana, why? They are suspecting that he may be planning a coup d'etat. This dude is a philosopher. We hear he writes a lot of novels. He enjoys writing. He thinks. So they are just afraid of him. But where are they going to end? They will continue wasting time being afraid of him. How is this going to really help them? What can help them is to have good governance, bring the rules of the law, kick out the French. In fact, that's what the people in Mali are doing. And now I want you to look at Mali. Mali is a country that we've been reporting a lot on this show. News got us that Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, the former president who was deposed in 2020, died. After he was deposed, it was known that he was sick, and he was even sent to Institut Pasteur for treatment. But since then, things have not been well with him. And you know, most of these guys, when they lose power, they lose their minds because they want to stay in power forever. It's like they were born to rule. God made them to rule a country and steal all the resources. But Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta died this morning. May his soul rest in peace. He was not a good person for his people, but we don't like to talk about the dead in an evil way. We like to be positive. Even if you're a bad person according to African tradition, you don't talk bad about the dead. So we're not going to talk bad about IBK, as I will call him, Ibrahim Bouba Keïta. May his soul rest in peace. And Assimi Goïta is doing his best. He's playing a tough game. ECOWAS is still making sanctions on them, and they don't like it, and they are fighting against these sanctions. You can see an anti-sanction rally. You see the government with a lot of people who oppose the French and the members of ECOWAS for imposing sanctions on Mali. For a minute, I just want to let you watch a video where you see the people of Mali. There's a very big crowd. The people of Mali are protesting against French dominance. They feel that the French are creating terrorists and surmounting them in their country and creating a lot of problems. So that you can hear the people talking. So to hell with France, to hell with ECOWAS. Let me give you a minute to watch this video.
Partira de là. Les chefs d'État de la CEDEAO aujourd'hui doivent comprendre que ce rassemblement est un ultimatum. Si vous n'arrêtez pas, wallahi billahi, les armées africaines dignes d'être africaines vont s'assumer et vous déposer. Ça, je l'ai dit. Ils sont en train.
Thank you for watching this video about the protests in Mali.
Hey, yo, Shay, I thought you was gonna take me to this place so I could get my taxes done. You know I'm trying to buy a new house. What's up?
Let's get it on. If you're searching for a house, call up my man Prince Ojong, the best in real estate. Take it from your guy Shake. When I say his services are the best in the states, word is born. He even take care of your tax forms, fat refunds. So come, get your business done. Consultations, financial organization, fast processing, no waiting. This man is amazing. The Prince.
Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131.
From Mali now, we want to take you to Nigeria. Nigeria. You know, we love talking about Nigeria. In Nigeria, the main thing now is people are looking at 2023. That's the next presidential election. You know, there are three main tribes in Nigeria. You have the Igbos, the Hausas, Fulani, and the Yorubas, right? So you have three, the Igbos, Hausas, Fulani, and Yorubas. So it looks like there's a form of rotation that is supposed to take place. That's the unwritten understanding. But it looks like instead of the power shifting to the south, guys are trying to play some games. Already, Bola Tinubu, the godfather, is supposed to be really contesting for the presidency in 2023. He has been a friend of Mr. Buhari. It was just like a foregone conclusion that he's just going to cruise into the presidency. But it looks like things may not be that way because there's some challenges that are coming up already. Already some people are saying Bola Tinubu is not really qualified to be president. But he himself says that has been his long-time ambition. He wants to be president. He just wants to be president, and that's it. He doesn't even care what he can do. When you look at him, he's really old. Why can this dude not support a younger person to be president? Why does he really want to be president? Somebody who cannot even do the work. But he has a volcanic ambition. He just wants to be president, whether he is going to do anything or not. So it's the same pattern. This guy is cut in the same cloth, just like Buhari. He's old. He cannot really offer Nigerians anything, but he wants to be president. And he has the system in place to make him a president. The networks are there. They just believe in what somebody calls stomach care. You feed the people, you buy them rice, give them food. Then they will vote for you. Then when you become president, you steal their money and do whatever you want. So that's really sad. But what about the problems? The problems are still there. Even today, we can draw your attention to problems of insecurity in Nigeria. We have a video of Boko Haram parading all over the place, stopping cars in the open. They are no longer far away. You see the video. Then, news also reached us that gunmen killed at least 50 people in Kebbi State. Kebbi State. This is really sad. Where was the Buhari army? The army is never there. The army is there to terrorize the people. But whenever the terrorists are going to strike, the army always is absent. So it's really funny. The army is never present when the people need help. Okay, so it's really sad. So it's not only in Kebbi. We also want to take you to Ogun State, where we hear there's a conflict between herders and farmers. We've talked to you about this problem involving open grazing laws. Open grazing has been forbidden in a lot of areas in the south. But the northern herders still come to the south, bring their cattle right in the open, and disturb the peace. Then they even destroy farms. When the farmers complain, the northerners bring guns to shoot and kill them. So things have really gotten into a head. In fact, this is why Sunday Igbo used to really complain. You remember the few weeks we talked about Sunday Igbo again? He basically wanted to protect his people. And that's why you even had vigilante groups like the Amotekun, because they want to protect their people. The federal government is not really doing anything to protect the people. When you have a government and the government cannot protect you, then it means this government is useless. And this is why we say the Buhari government is useless. It cannot protect its people when the people need the help of the government. Then you look at Kebbi, where was the government? You look at Ogun State, where was the government? So the bandits and the gunmen are killing people for their own sport with joyful abandon. Where was the government when this was happening? The government was nowhere to be found. So we're just thinking that Nigerians are just waiting for the clock to run so that Mr. Buhari can get out and return to his farm. But would they want to bring one bad guy or another bad guy? We don't know. So it is time for Nigerians to think. Let them do something about their plight. Let them not bring another Buhari who is not going to do anything to help them. The choice is theirs. All what we're doing on this show is to open the eyes of Nigerians to tell them that they should take action and do something about their plight. Next, we'll take you to South Africa. We've looked at South Africa and we think we're really happy with the way the government of Cyril Ramaphosa has been handling the Omicron virus. We think things have really been done in a transparent fashion. We really salute Cyril Ramaphosa well because the government has done a fantastic job in handling this variant of COVID. So this is positive. But there is a complaint about gentrification. Gentrification. When you have a neighborhood that is old and rich people move in, clean it up, then drive away the poor people, we normally call that in English gentrification. So this is happening in South Africa and the people are complaining, especially the people from the Muslim community. You must understand that when you look at South African history, things were really made in such a way that it was tough for Muslims to establish themselves as a dominant religion in that part of the world. Okay? And this was done deliberately. But Muslims were brought in as laborers. So they started working, then they had a neighborhood where they settled. Now this neighborhood has been changed by gentrification. People are moving in who have money, then they are sidelining the Muslims. Then the Muslims are not happy with this situation, so they are protesting. And when they are protesting and people are hearing them. Another protest too that will bring to your attention is about the Khoisan people who were complaining about cannabis. You can see, is it Queen Victoria and the king of the Khoisan people complaining that they have uplifted their cannabis plant from the front of the presidency of the republic. So this is really interesting that they allowed them to even plant their cannabis tree near the presidency. Wow, South Africa really has a good democracy. In most African countries, you will not even plant anything close to any presidential palace. Are you crazy? So at least that's democracy for you in South Africa. But we think democracy is a good form of government because it allows people to express themselves. That way, things are not really going to get out of hand, okay? Then finally, we're going to go now to Tunisia. There have been some protests also in Tunisia. Don't forget, Tunisia was basically the birthplace of the Arab Spring. That's when in 2011, Ben Ali was kicked out of the country. And we saw some news this week. BBC came up with a report showing that the agony Ben Ali went through before he decided to leave the country. But this week, we also took some time to look at the picture of Mohamed Bouazizi. This is the guy, the street vendor, who burned himself because he was dissatisfied with the dictatorship of the country. Then we even saw a picture of President Ben Ali visiting him in a hospital. So this was really sad. We've really come to the end of our show, and we think we've really covered a lot of topics. But don't forget about our virtual conference, the medical conference. Register for this conference and contact us, stay in contact with us on social media. Please, we've come to the end, and may God bless you. Thank you very much.
Medical practice software is too old. Indeed, all the programs are built on MUMPS, technology of the 1950s, and the programs cost too much money. Epic and Cerner cost billions of dollars. Meditech costs thousands of dollars too. In fact, that's why we created AlexiaHTC.com, a new and free EMR/EHR for doctors. AlexiaHTC.com is built for HIPAA. Yes, magical one-screen technology, ease of use, quick charting, amazing e-prescribing, tight labs integration, multi-office difference, because we believe doctors and patients need a break today. Be the first to test drive AlexiaHTC.com. You have nothing to lose, you have everything to gain. Act now. Call 240-350-1131. Alexia Care Corporation at AlexiaHTC.com. Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.